Hey guys, I'm Amanda from Day to Day Gourmet, and today I'm going to share with you a recipe that's not only one of my favorites, but it apparently is a favorite of a lot of other people because it's requested anytime that we're doing a luncheon or somebody wants a snack or anything like that. And it is my chicken salad. And chicken salad that I make is more on the sweet side, not the savory one. I like both, but I tend to go to the sweet because I love the red grapes and the celery and the dill and stuff that's in there, and it makes it really good. So I'm going to get set up here to show you just the contents. It's very, very simple to make. I will put the recipe down below. And for those of you that know me, you know the recipe was difficult to do because I don't typically measure when I cook or when I create something. I go by taste, and chicken salad is one of those, especially the dill that goes in it, is just how I'm feeling that day. I keep tasting it and trying it, but I did measure out some things and came up with a basic recipe, and like I said, I've shared it below, and you try it out and you can add or delete or take those kind of things and tweak it to your favor. But give me just a second and we'll get you set up so you can see how very simple this is. Okay, here you see some of the basics, and the hardest part about this recipe is actually chopping up all the stuff and getting it prepped. So you see I have celery. I'm working on there's 2 stalks already done, so I'm gonna guess and start with 3. And just to show you how I did this, I cube them, as you can see, little cubes, because I just like that better in a bite. But if you like your half moons, you can certainly do those. To cube it, I just cut it long ways in half, and then I do it again in half. So you basically quarter it. Like I said, I'm no chef, I just eyeball it. And then you just chop up how big a chunks you want. And I like the little bite size so it's not overwhelming to anybody. And they blend in really nice. And the good thing about celery, it not only adds a punch of color in it, which we eat with our eyes as well, it adds a lot of sweet flavor. So we're gonna just put that all together. Like I said, it's roughly 1/3 of a cup. I'll do the recipe below. And my grapes, I have roughly a cup, and you'll see that I've quartered them and then I quartered them again. So basically they're cut up into 1/8. And it's really simple. You just half it, turn it to quarter it, and then you're just gonna cut it in half again. So you get 8 little pieces of a seedless, red, sweet, yummy grape. So half, half, half. And there's your little chunks that you want to get for that. So those are put aside. And you're going to start with chicken. It's chicken salad. What else would you start with? But the chicken here, roughly 2 cups for this one. And you'll see that I've cubed it because that's how I kind of like it. It's going to break apart as you stir it. But the good thing here is you can use leftover chicken from something, a rotisserie chicken. You could even use canned chicken if you wanted to. Just drain it really, really, really well. And you're going to have to add a lot more seasoning for that. But what I love to do are just plain old chicken breasts with the bone, with the skin, because that's where you get a lot of the flavor. And I simply salt and pepper them and roast them in the oven till they're done. And they stay nice and juicy. And I take them out as soon as you can handle them with your hands. I go ahead and chop it up. And the reason for that is I like it to be warm. You're going to want it to be a little warm. And the reason for that is I have found that it absorbs a lot of stuff better. So you're going to put your dill in, you're going to put salt and pepper, you're going to put your mayo in, and you're going to want it to be a little bit warm to absorb that. I do my seasonings first. I have my dill that I'm going to use, and you're going to think, oh my Lord, she's using a ton of dill. Well, I am, but that's what's going to give it its flavor. my spoon, sorry. So that's gonna give it that. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper just to start out with because we want it to be seasoned. And then I'm gonna turn all of it and stir it up to coat it with that dill. That's why I like things to be warm. It's gonna stick to it. It's gonna get in there and all those little nooks and crannies of the chicken. So every time you take a bite, it's gonna be mixed in there. So see how that covers it? Now I'm gonna do my mayo. And I'm gonna start with just 2 heaping tablespoons. And the reason why I say I'm gonna start with is I know that I'm probably gonna do more. But I do wanna get this all started and incorporated. So we'll get that in there and get it mixed around. It's gonna look a little dry at this point. Some people like it that way. If you like it drier, then make it that way. That's the beauty of this recipe. You tweak it to what you like. You get the basic start to the ingredients and tweak it to what you like. So I mix that around, and I'm gonna start by sprinkling in my celery. And I don't do all of it because sometimes the chicken breasts are a little smaller. You may want to add a little more. You may want to add a little less. Depends on the size of your chicken breast. And I go by sight. So see how I can see all of that goodness in there? All of the celery? Yeah, I think I want a little more. So I add a little more. Okay. Then I'm going to add my grapes. Now, grapes are awesome because look at that color that you're getting in there. And like I said, we eat with our eyes as well as our mouths and our stomachs. So we want to get all of that incorporated. And last but not least, we're going to put in some sliced almonds. What I like to do with the sliced almonds first is just do a really quick, rough kind of chop, really easy. So we're gonna just sprinkle those in. And that's about 1/3 cup. And now you can see I have everything in there. And like I said, I knew I would have to add more mayonnaise. And this is to your tasting. Now I will tell you, I'm a Duke's mayonnaise girl. I love it. It's the best one out there. But use whatever mayonnaise you like. Couple more dips of that, and that's why I say start out with that and then make it to what you like. And we're gonna get that all stirred around and see how the chicken's starting to break down some while you're stirring. That's why you want to start out with some good sturdy chunks, because you want people to have a bite. I don't like to bite into any kind of meat salad that you're just kind of gushing through your mouth. You want it to have some texture, some oomph to it, some stick to your ribs kind of feeling. And I'm actually going to do a little bit more. This is not for the faint of heart. Paula Deen loves her butter. I love my mayo in this. So here you go. Get it stirred in there. Then you do a quick taste. Let me get this off of here so I can see that. All right. And you can see it's all incorporated, all that pretty color in there, the green and the red. And I'm going to take a little taste here to make sure I got it balanced. And I think I do. I'm going to use this spoon to get the mayonnaise off of it. Get that last stir. And Now what you're gonna wanna do with this is put it in the fridge. It's better to me if you leave it overnight. A few extra little almonds there. If you leave it overnight and let all this congeal and just kind of melt into each other, and that flavor just keeps kind of building and building. If you want a little more salt, add a little more salt, a little more dill or anything that you need, and that's how you make the chicken salad. All right, guys, so that's all there is to chicken salad. As soon as you cut everything up and do that, you're home free. It's just mixing it together for whatever you like. And one thing I like to do with them is put them on croissants. And these little mini croissants put all around on a platter makes it really great for taking to different parties, luncheons, what have you. You could take it and fill a wrap. I like to fill spinach wraps and roll them up and let them chill till they're hardened, and then cut them on the diagonal and make them all around. You could just put it on simple white bread, whatever it is that you like. So there you go. And I hope you enjoy. Give it a try. The recipe, like I said, is down below. And tell me how you tweaked it, how you changed it up, what worked for you. Because like I said, I'm always open to ideas too. And if we share, we can all enjoy each other's creations. And chicken salad is just another example of real food that's real good, and it's really easy. Enjoy!